Hello everyone, welcome back to another vlog. Today, Jaden, Leslie, and myself are here at this bookstore. My daughter wanted to come check this bookstore out, so me and Jaden tagged along. It is a very old bookstore. This building was a movie theater in the 1920s. Jaden had looked that up before we went. And here he is showing me that they had all the Harry Potter books. You know he has been reading Harry Potter. He is on book 3, which the third book he did get from here. So they do sell used books here. I think all of the books here were secondhand. There were a lot of old books, some vintage books, and she had some good treasures here. So we are just looking around, exploring. There were so many books. This store was called Books and Crannies, I believe, and it is filled. There are books everywhere, and it just has a very unique vibe. There's a couple of cats roaming around as well. It was really neat, you guys. And here is one of the little book cats. She was just following me around. At one point I sat down in one of the chairs and she hopped right up on top of me. And then we found this area back here, which, like I said, this used to be a movie theater way back in the 1920s. And I don't know if this was like part of it. I thought it was just to kind of go with the theme of it. But I did look her up and she does have movie nights. It was one day of the month. I don't remember which one, but she does have some showings. So here is what we got. Jaden got the Harry Potter book, the third one, and he has already started reading that. And then he also got Firestarter by Stephen King. Like I said, these are some old books. This particular book is from 1980. And then here are the ones that I got. I got Promise Not to Tell by Jennifer McMahon. It says Deliciously Twisty, which gave Jaden a little chuckle. And these are more like my type of books. It's those mystery thrillers. I really love those. I don't know these authors. I just always look for the book to say New York Times best-selling authors, and they're usually really good. So that first one was from 2007. This one is Please Don't Tell by Elizabeth Adler, and this one is from 2013, and again it says New York Times best-selling author. They are the last words she hears. So this is a little bookmark that she gave us. That's all her information, and then on the other side is a picture of one of the cats. Nothing like curling up with a few good books. So yeah, that's her little book haul. We spent probably a little over an hour in there. There was so much to see. And then she did also have a little like boutique section. It was very small, but I did find this ring that I loved. It is a little leaf and it has a little jewel on there, like a little dangling jewel. And it is stainless steel. And I just really liked it. And it was like $5. It was really cheap. And I haven't seen one like it anywhere else, or I haven't come across one like it. So I really loved it. I liked how it's unique. So I did grab it. Say hi. 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 It is the next day, and as you can see, I have my grandbaby here with me, but we have some things that we need to get done. I have been needing to move the couch and really get behind there and do some sweeping and mopping and see what's all back there. It shouldn't be too bad. There's only 3 of us here, plus my grandbaby sometimes, but it shouldn't be too bad. Like I said, I have been wanting to do that and just have been putting it off. But now it is very necessary. I noticed there were some ants crawling on the couch. I don't know where they came from, and I don't know if there's more on there. Like, I removed what was there. It was only like a few, but yeah, the couch definitely needs a deep clean, and we're gonna try to get that done with my grandbaby around. And then after that, I do have a fall Chex Mix recipe that I want to share with y'all. I figured I would make that with y'all here today, and I think it's going to make a lot, so I'm going to give some of it away to some of my family members so that they can have some as well. And then I'm thinking, since we're going to have all that Chex Mix, we might as well watch a movie tonight. So that's what we're going to be doing. But first, let's move this couch. I think I should be able to do it. So let's move it and get everything cleaned from back there and see where those ants are coming from. See if I can figure that out. I have been procrastinating, you guys, and who knows how much longer it would have taken me if I hadn't seen those ants. But I'm starting off with putting the blankets away and the pillows and just like really shaking them and making sure that there's no ants on there. So I can already see there's some Apple Jacks back here, and I don't know if you can see them, but there are little ants all around there. So I think those are that's the problem right there, all those Apple Jacks. Hold on, there's ants, baby, there's ants. Hold on. Wee. Look, there's ants all over your wall too. Let me see. There's no ants on there? Ants. Careful. So yeah, the last time I took care of my grandbaby, I gave him a little baggie with Apple Jacks as a little snack. And I didn't even notice that he must have like dropped them or something. I don't even know. But yeah, there's Apple Jacks down here and there are all the little ants. So let's get this all cleaned up. Oh, look at the back of the couch here. Oh, I don't even wanna look, but let me finish moving the couch. So let me finish moving the couch. I think I'm gonna have to do it in like sections. Like this is as far as it'll push over on this side because now it's like squeezing this center part over here. So now I'm gonna try to push it back from this side, and that's how we'll scoot it out until I can really get back there and clean it all up. It was definitely a challenge trying to get all this done with my grandbaby around, but there's no way I could have put it off for like the next day or anything like that. I'm glad it was only a few little ants and only maybe like 4 or 5 had actually gotten onto the couch where I had noticed them, but here in a little bit, I'll tell you about the bigger ant problem that I ended up having. Okay, so I realized I had the light turned off, but there are also some Cheerios around, the Apple Jacks. There's some ants crawling around, and yeah, just a bunch of crumbs and little trash. Look, there's the ants right there. Don't touch, baby, don't touch. And then over here on this end, not too bad, but yeah, it's just a little crummy and just some little trash around. Looks like something spilled right there. So let's get this all swept up, vacuumed. Yeah. And then we'll finish off by mopping. My grandbaby's so cute. He copies everything I say now. But I did grab the Raid ant killer and started spraying some of these down. I didn't want to just sweep them away and then have them crawling all over the trash can. So I sprayed them first and then swept it up. All right, well, so much for cleaning together, you guys. I thought I was recording and I was not, but I did sweep everything. I got behind the couch, the little flaps there. I had spread some Raid also to just kill whatever little ants were still crawling around. And I swept over here. So all of it is swept up. That's like stuck on. So I'll get that in a minute. But everything is swept. It is very sticky back here. So there is some like gunky stuck on stuff back here. So now I'm going to get the mop. I'm going to mop this and hopefully I can show y'all that and I don't forget to record that. So yeah, let me get my mop water together so that we can mop all of this up. Yeah, don't touch, baby. No, don't touch. Ew. Yeah, completely missed pushing the record button. I told my husband about this and he was like, that was a rookie mistake. I'm like, I know. In my first videos, I used to do that all the time. Just forget to push the record button or just not press it correctly. I don't even know which one. But I did, like I said, I swept everything. I got behind the little flaps. I even swept over here where the windows are and made sure nothing was there. And like I said, there is only 3 of us, but we have had some parties here since the last time I had to clean this couch, so there was a lot of like sticky mess on the floor. And now I have my leather cleaner, and even though this couch is not real leather, it does a really good job on here. So I sprayed the whole backside. I'm gonna wipe it all down, get it all nice and shiny before I do one last mop back here and then push the couches back. So I was telling you I had a bigger ant problem. Well, like a day or 2 after this was recorded, Jaden was going to have his breakfast, so he sat down at the dining room table, and the whole dining room table was covered in ants. I don't know what's going on. I don't know if it's just like the time of the year. I don't know if it's just me or if everyone is having this problem or is anybody else having this problem. But oh, look here, I was showing you the difference between the ones that I had already sprayed down and wiped clean, and then this middle one, which I had not. It just looks so much more dull than the other 2. But yeah, so I had to spray down the whole dining room table. I did have my fall table cover on there, so I just ended up tossing that whole thing because I had sprayed it all down. And thankfully, those 2 incidents are the only ones that I've had so far. I'm hoping that is it. I think everyone has had a problem with ants at one point or another, so you know how frustrating that can be. And my biggest concern, of course, is my grandbaby. I would hate for him to get bitten by ants because I didn't notice them or something. And my daughter, I have a daughter that is actually extremely allergic to ants. I have had to take her to the emergency room over a severe allergic reaction to an ant bite. And just one ant bite, not like several. She gets bitten by an ant, like just one ant, and she has a severe allergic reaction. And that just really sucks because no matter how cautious you are, they're just so tiny you don't ever notice until you've already been stung. But now that she's older, she knows what to do. She knows what to expect. And yeah, that's just something she's got to deal with. But anyways, I did finish cleaning all in the back of the couch. I moved the couches back, and now I'm going to do the same to the front side of the couch. I'm going to spray it down with this leather cleaner, wipe it all down, get it nice and shiny, and finish it off by sweeping and mopping. Okay, my grandbaby just went down for his nap. I just put him down. The couch is clean. It looks nice and shiny. I feel so much better already just knowing, even though you can't see it, but knowing that all behind there and under there is clean just makes me feel so much better. So now I'm gonna put the little side tables back, wipe those down, put the pillows back, and then give the floor another mop, like the whole floor. And then after that, we'll be done in here. And I think while he's napping, I'll go ahead and make that Chex mix. Let me be real with you guys. What you didn't see while I was distracted wiping down the couches and all of that, my grandbaby had taken out his toys, dumped them all in the mop water, dumped a lot of the mop water outside of the bucket. So I had to get all of that cleaned up. I had to get his toys out and get those washed. It was a task. That's why I do most things on days when I don't have my grandbaby. But of course, this was just one of those things that could not wait. And I do like to stay busy. I do other things that maybe just aren't too time consuming on just one task. And I like doing that because one, it makes my day go by faster, and two, I feel like it keeps my grandbaby entertained as well, as opposed to me just sitting on the couch. I think he gets a little bit more bored by that and gets a little bit more cranky. And if I'm doing things, he's following me around, he's talking to me, he's trying to help me. He just plays more when I'm up and doing things. Almost done, you guys. The last couple of things are putting up these pants. Jaden took out his like winter clothes, and these are some of his sweatpants that he does not want anymore, don't fit him the right way. So I'm folding these and I'm gonna put them in my bag that I sent to Mexico. And then after that, the very last thing is just putting all the pillows back. All right, guys, now that that's all done, let's make fall Chex Mix. Back here, I have everything that I'm gonna need, so let me show you. Okay, so of course we're gonna need rice Chex. So I have the box here. I have some mini pretzel twist, some apple pie spice, some regular sugar, powdered sugar, mini marshmallows, caramel bites. The recipe didn't ask for this, but I thought it would be fun to add some of these peanut butter M&Ms. Now I was gonna get the Reese's Pieces ones, but that bag is so expensive. For one of the bags, it was like $14 or something like that. So I was like, And then I came across these, so I grabbed those. We're gonna need some almond bark. I have it in a little container here because we're gonna need to melt all of this. And I think that's it. That is all that we are going to need. I also have a big bowl. This is going to make a lot. And I thought about just halving the recipe, but I would much rather give some away than save some for later and have it go stale or whatever until I make some again. So I'm just gonna make the full batch, and I'm gonna grab, I have some like brown paper bags, like sandwich bags. So I'll be putting some in there and then just passing it out to family members. So I have a huge bowl here and a Ziploc bag. This is what we're gonna mix our sugar in. So I think we're gonna start with mixing our sugar and then set that aside. So we are going to need 1.5 cups of sugar and then 1 cup of powdered sugar. And she said 2 teaspoons of apple pie spice, but it looked to me like she added a little bit more than that, so we'll see. Have my sugar all mixed up, and I did use about a tablespoon of this apple pie spice, so we'll see how that turns out. Now I have my big bowl in here. It says to add 9 cups of rice Chex Mix and then the whole bag of the little caramel bits. So I'm gonna add 9 cups of this and all of this and set it aside. Okay, next we're gonna melt our almond bark, and we're gonna do this in 30-second increments. Okay, our almond bark is completely melted. Look at that. So I'm gonna pour the almond bark into the Chex Mix. I'm gonna stir it, mix it all up, get it all coated, and then after that I'll pour in my sugar, give it another mix, make sure it's all coated, and then the last thing is I'll add all of the other toppings, the candy corn, the pretzels, the marshmallows, and the M&Ms. Guys, the bag fooled me. I thought it was only gonna be these colors right here. That's what they made it seem like it was a fall themed or a Halloween theme. She's even got a little witch hat on, and these are the only colors that they show, but they do have the blue and the red, and that just kind of messes up my vibe. So I'm gonna pick out the blue ones. I don't like the blue in there.
Some of the other little packs also had the green ones, so I did pick out the green ones as well. I also ended up adding the whole bag of candy corns, and the only thing I would have done different is probably add some more pretzels. I don't think I added enough of the mini pretzels.
So before we start passing this out, we have to make sure that it's good, right? So let's go ahead and give this a try. Okay, so I have some Chex Mix and a little caramel bite, and it's completely coated. Oh my God, that tastes so good. That is so good, you guys. This is so delicious. This is going to be addicting for sure. That sugar mixture with the apple pie spice, oh my gosh, it's so good, you guys. This is a 10 out of 10. Y'all have to make this. And I definitely need to give some of this away because I could eat this whole thing. It is so good. That is too good. It's addicting. I gotta stop. I gotta start putting some of this in bags to give away because I will eat this whole thing by myself. So I have my sandwich or my brown paper lunch bags, and I also have some Halloween stickers from my scrapbook supply. So I'm gonna put some of these stickers on the bag put somebody's name on it, and add some of this Chex Mix to it. And this afternoon when I go pick up Jaden from school, I'll stop by my mom's house and start dropping these off.
My hands are washed and clean, you guys. In this glass bowl, I am setting some aside for us, for my house, and then the rest I will split into these brown bags. I have 3 nieces and 3 nephews. One of my little nephews, though, is just 1 year old, so I did not set one aside for him. And I also have 1 little baby niece on the way. So soon, it'll be 4 nieces and 3 nephews. And because I had so much of this left, I did end up giving a little bag to my sisters, my brother, and my mom.
Here's how all my little baggies turned out. I think they're so cute. I think the kids are really gonna enjoy these. And then I also made some for my sisters, my brother, my mom, and my daughter. And then everybody else are nieces and nephews. And then this is what I left behind for us to enjoy here at home. And I can't wait for Jaden to get here so that he can try this. I know he's gonna love it. And it was so super easy to make that I think once we run out of this, because I think we're gonna run out of this pretty quick. Once we run out of this, I can make some more with no problem at all. And then all that's left over are little bitty crumbs. So I'll probably be snacking on those, to be honest. And that is going to be it for this video, you guys. I really hope that you enjoyed it. Make sure you give this Chex Mix a try. It is so simple to make and it is so delicious. I'm about to have some lunch before I fill up on this Chex Mix and leave nothing for Jaden. So thanks again for watching. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe and turn on your notifications, and I will see y'all in the next one. Bye, y'all.